What's up, family? Free game. I've never encountered as many hypersensitive emotional males in my life as I have in the past few years since the advent of the internet. I call them males because every male who is of legal age is not a man. Being a man means that you're responsible, you're accountable, you stand on principle, you live your life by a certain code. You don't do things that will compromise your manhood. A lot of these dudes get on the internet and boy, they tough. It's like they're wearing a cape or something. They say things that they would never say to another man in person. Growing up, I didn't even know that those type of men existed. You know how when you go out to eat, you're enjoying yourself, the food is good, the company's good, you're laughing and joking it up, and then it's time to pay? Keep that same energy when the bill comes. No more talk.
What's up with the seasoned smokers and party puffers? It's the 7-foot pussy crook, the sultan of swag, the indica smoke signal first responder, aka El Cappy, keep the hoes happy, BKA shit on the shingle, the original El Duco, 3-time savage, the nightmare on Normandy Ave, holla if you hear me, fake shit don't come near me, Mr. Shoot the Shot, 20-time Cashapp gold medalist and founder and president of the SMOKEYOURS crew, Slink Johnson, and we're welcoming you to another stellar episode of Smoke Yours Live. Yeah, you know what we do here. We smoke yours live. You dig? It's no secret we chiefin' big like every day, you heard me? So you're in the presence of the president and anything else would be uncivilized, you heard? Smoke Yours Live is brought to you by California Cannabis, the best dispensary in Los Angeles. Yeah, they dope. The best dispensary in Los Angeles and soon to be the world. When you want to smoke some grown folk weed and really get high, swing by there, Soto or their Crenshaw locations and pick you up a big old bag of that. I know you want it, because I know you want it, you heard me? California Cannabis. Check us out right here weekdays at 3 p.m. You know, we stay with the hottest guests and content on the net. Subscribe to my channel, like and share my videos, and keep it locked right here on Smoke Yours Live, you dig? We got a very special show in store for you today as we welcome a guy that was instrumental in my own development, you know, Houston hip-hop royalty and promising candidate for political office, Mr. Read These Nikes, the OG himself, Willie D. He's definitely dropping some jewels on us, shares his storied H-Tyne past, you know what I'm talking about, and gets us up to speed on his latest endeavors and teaches us real G statutes and practices. Check that out. This is one of them ones, y'all. And later in the show, we introduce you to a bad one, and we take you to as we take you to our Instagram to admire some and adore some of the internet's most gorgeous women and ask, are you a risk taker or a risk breaker? Sometimes you just got to take a leap of faith. Also, the gold cam would be popping, but TT couldn't show up. But we still got a whole lot of fly shit for you in this motherfucker today. We got games, video games, eye candy, and G's. Much more right here on Smoke Yours Live. Keep it right here for all your entertainment needs, y'all. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Why, thank you, Donald. Listen, it can get dirty out in these streets. You might need something to keep those hands fresh and sanitized. Dre spray, stay clean. Big Mama approved. Right, Tony?
Yo, man. Yo. Yo, I'm super excited about this episode because our guest is such a revered individual, a straight G in my book, and demands respect for the G code, and that's what it is. And that's what we do on Smoke Yours Live. Matter of fact, some of y'all need a refresher course in the G code. Hey, check this video out. This is G code 3. Check your motherfucking nuts and smoke yours.
Hey, nigga, last night I had this broad over to the Terror Dome. Right? This earthy, butterscotch, big booty bitch, right? She trying to tell me she a vegetarian. Man, shit, I couldn't tell, because by the end of the night, she was munching on my meat, man. You know what I mean? Shit.
I'm about to call the homies up, man, get this domino game cracking.
Well, while you do that, I'm gonna go ahead and check in on Facebook. Finna hang out at the homies, drink, smoke, and slap some bones over at...
Nigga ought to slap the taste out your motherfucking mouth for all that haphazard, indiscretionary attempts to try to attract some attention to yourself via social networking. You got enemies, don't you, nigga?
No, man, no.
Well, you need to act like you got some motherfucking enemies and stop broadcasting your precise whereabouts on that motherfucker. Testosterone transporting motherfuckers do not glamorize their extracurricular exploits on the World Wide Web, nigga. The only check-ins real niggas do is when they checking into that vociferous vaginal cavity.
What?
That pussy, nigga. And look at this prehistoric telecommunications device you're using. A double G code violation, nigga. Give me this prehistoric motherfucker. You need to quit worrying about a Facebook check-in and check your nuts, homie.
Hey, man, my phone?
Man, fuck your phone, homie.
So, baby, you think I could come over tonight? Ain't no pressure. I promise I won't try anything, unless you want me to, of course. Or we can just cuddle.
Nigga, did my auditory organs just deceive me? Or did I just bear witness to your benign attempt to beg a bitch for some ass in a roundabout way? You out here caking on these hoes, nigga?
Yeah, I figure I play the nice guy role and I can just ease on in there, you know?
Primary principle G-code violation, nigga. Carnivorous coochie connoisseurs close deals with confidence. Penicular presence plus panocha equal penetration. Who the fuck you think you is, nigga? Ralph Tresvant? This motherfucking communication device and watch me bag this bitch for her snatch box. Step to the side, Simple Simon. And while you over there, check your motherfucking nuts.
Hello? What's happening, bitch? What's happening, baby? Yeah, that's me. Nigga wanna come through and check that rim, see what the inside of that mouth look like. Shit, girl, we eating good and all that.
Check your nuts, nigga. Nigga. Yo, welcome back to Smoke Yours Live, and we smoking yours live. Check this out, pimp. My devices light up and ring all day and night with notifications from all my favorite sites. So much crazy shit on the net, dog. Some entertaining and some very, very fucking disappointing. But all in all, it's the world we live in, y'all. Let me share some of this tomfoolery with y'all on today's Digital Front. A volunteer firefighter gets his bank account only to find out he was overly stimulated. Check this video out.
In Lake County, Indiana, got quite a surprise when he visited an ATM and learned he'd already gotten a federal stimulus payment.
Yeah, Dana Rebick is in New Chicago with more on what turned out to be a rather unusual deposit. Dana.
It was. This man is a volunteer firefighter here, and unbeknownst to him, he did get this first federal stimulus payment over the weekend, but it wasn't quite what he was expecting.
I went to the ATM at the Family Express, and once I withdraw $200 out of my account, I looked at the available balance of that was still left in my account, and apparently my account had $8.2 million in it. And I'm like, what in the world is going on here?
He come over, he said, you ain't gonna believe this. I said, come on, let's go. And we went back up to the same spot where he drew go, and it pulled out $8.2 million.
He was supposed to receive $1,700. Calvin tried the ATM again.
I ran the card again and again. $8.2 million. I was like, man, something's up with this.
I said, hey, what kind of truck you buying me?
This morning, Calvin called his bank. They didn't see that amount in his checking account anymore, but did note that his $1,700 stimulus payment was deposited, making this volunteer firefighter wonder if there was some sort of fluke and taxpayers are receiving way more or less than they should.
Of course, it'd give you pause and make you think what's going on. If there's some kind of clerical error or what have you, you know, they should be on top of it. It kind of sucks. You go from being a millionaire on paper 1 second and then you're back to being broke again, you know, hey. But I guess, you know, once you're poor, you ain't got nowhere else to go up.
We did reach out to a spokesperson at the White House tonight about this situation, but have not heard back from them yet. And Calvin's not quite sure if this was an error on the government's behalf, his bank, or if this was just an ATM fluke. But he says he's just glad that he did receive.
Yo, he a real good dude, because let a nigga like me see $8 million in my bank account, I'm going in and withdrawing all cash. Shit, look, if not that, I'm going straight home, jumping online, and I'm going to tear a hole in Amazon ass and all the other online retailers I like. Next day shipping for everybody. Dig that. What would you do if you saw extra commas in your bank account? Leave it in my comments, y'all. A woman goes to Burger King for a combo and sees employees giving each other Whoppers. Check this out.
Fighting in the Burger King on Nations Ford Road. Y'all see all this shit? Y'all see this shit?
Damn, I guess the pressure of flipping burgers and shuffling fries came to a head up in that joint. You know, I swear when it's go time, niggas don't give a fuck where they are. Nigga, I'll dip your head in this hot grease, fuck boy. Dreads flying around and getting hair all in my milkshake. Nigga, stop. But you can have it your way. Driving while black, a real nigga reads a pig for being disrespectful. Check this video out.
You ain't gonna apologize? Yeah, bitch, because you know you wrong. You wrong. Ain't you the same nigga that pulled me over earlier? Yeah, you is. That's why you lying, bro. You lying. You pulled me over earlier, bro. Yes, you did. You pulled me over earlier in this same spot. And now you looking at me like a fucking idiot because you on live. You look stupid. Get your goober ass the fuck up out of here, nigga. Look. See this paper? Belongs here. What more do you want? I want you to say I apologize. That's what I'm saying. Nigga, be a man, nigga. That's what I'm saying. You're not a man, bro. You just a bitch in a fucking outfit. Nigga, shut your bitch ass up. Nigga, go dry that motherfucker. Put some hand sanitizer on too after you touch people's ID, bitch. You mad because this shit belong on this street, huh? You mad, huh? Bitch, where your car at? You driving some other shit. Fuck you talking about? Now pull off as I eat my motherfucking food. Yeah, bitch, shut up. Mad, huh?
Yo, sometimes you gotta let them hoes know they hoes, old bitch ass niggas. Now, I wouldn't suggest that for everybody at every time, though. You feel me? Make sure your shit is right at least, man. Before you go fat mouthing 12, please make sure your shit is right. License, registration, and shit. And keep in mind, some swine don't give a fuck about your camera. They love a show. Keep your eyes open, my nigga. Fuck them kids, man. A real nigga pulls a Melvin and Jody's his own son.
That's right. That's right. Call for your mama. I stayed off your ass out of respect for that woman. But if it wasn't for your mama, I would have broke your little ass down a long time ago. Jody? Little Jody? You know what I see when I look in your eyes? I see a scared little chocolate bitch. That suck up on me. That's what I see.
Sometimes you gotta show them little motherfuckers who's boss. All that goddamn crying and late night cock blocking and shit, that ain't it, man. I need some trim, boy. Go to sleep. One day he gonna grow up and be stronger than him. So Pops put the fear and respect in his ass right now, way early. I once put my oldest son in a figure 4 leg lock in the middle of the supermarket for crying over a goddamn toy. Nigga, you got enough toys at home. Fuck you. Hey, look, they ain't fucking with Future on this bus. Mask off my ass. Put that bitch on. Check out this video.
Public transportation. If you do not have a mask, you cannot ride public transportation, sir. Sir, you have to get off the bus. You have to get off the bus. Sir. Sir. Let's go. You gotta get off the bus, man. I'm gonna have the cops take you off, one or the other. You have to get off, you have to get off, you have to get off. Let's go. I have to get off? Yes, sir. Even though I have it? You don't have no mask. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get off. Let's go. Let's go. You gotta get off. Let's go.
There was once a time when wearing a mask on the bus meant a terrible ride for somebody, if not everybody on that motherfucker. Now, one time jumping on demand and you get off the bus if you ain't got one on. Damn. I got my mask, man. If I would have known they wasn't tripping, I would have bought my heater too. Fuck them. Oh well. Do you have a mask? Shit, get you one of these Smoke Yours masks. I ain't got it on deck. Here you go. Get you one of these Smoke Yours masks right here. They going on sale soon at SMOKEYOURS.com. Get you one of these Smoke Yours masks so the police don't kick you off the bus, nigga. You know you need to get home. Hey, look, it gets trill out here, man, but I got your back and today's digital front. Yo, welcome back to Smoke Yours Live, brought to you by California Cannabis. You know, it's a candy land of variety, pimps. Make sure you check them out, man. It's that time of the show that you've been waiting for. Our next guest is the man, the myth, the legend, the hip-hop heavyweight and real one, and real voice of reason, Willie D. Check him out, man, being a man of the people. Check out this video.
Right. These are not just any kind of free haircut. These are super duper deluxe, incredible, out of this world haircuts by hosts Lounge. Compliments from Willie D for this. I don't know what it is. You don't know what it is? Stand it come on, bring it deeper, District D. 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 Bring it deeper. All right, y'all have fun, man. Y'all make sure y'all let them know what it is.
Yo, what it do, what it is, pimps and kinfolk. Yeah, let's get that music in, because we finna get my man in, the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend. Without further ado, allow me to bring to the screen my man, my fucking favorite nigga, Willie D, y'all. What's up, Willie D? What it do? Wait a minute, I can't hear you, family. One more again. Oh, shit. I ain't getting no audio on Willie D. No audio.
Nothing's highlighted.
God damn it, Willie D. Check your mic. Your mic on? Wow. Hey, look here. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Look, we're gonna take it to a video. We're gonna figure this out. Let's take it to single mothers. We're gonna take it to single mothers, man. Pardon me, y'all. We'll be right back. Smoke Yours Live.
At this time, Your Honor, I request that the respondent, Willie, be released to the custody of his mother.
Taking it to single mothers.
Son, I really believe in you. So I'm gonna give you a break.
Is Willie D mic muted?
And let you go home with your mother. But I don't want to ever see you in this courtroom again. Are we clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Best of luck to you, son.
Tell me when.
3, 2, 1.
Yo, you back right here at Smoke Yours Live. You got to pardon me right now. We experienced some technical difficulties. I'm not sure on which end this is coming from. I'm trying my best, but bear with me. I see all the comments. I see everybody out there checking in. Thank you very much. We're going to get this squared away very shortly. Willie D, you there? Can you hear me, brother? You can hear me, but I cannot hear you. Why can I not hear Willie D? One more again? The fuck, man? Now I'm getting real frustrated right now. Because we didn't do anything to the equipment that we did that was from yesterday. I can't get you, Will. Let's try to fuck. Let's take it to I apologize, good people. We experienced some serious technical difficulties, but those are part of the things that happen when you're going live. Give us one moment. We'll figure this out. We're going to take you to another video from Will called... Which video I'm finna play? Goddammit, I'm so fucking high. We finna go to the next video called Hoodies. Check out Hoodies, man, right here on Smoke Yours Live. Yo, back at it again, pimps and scholars. While we work on reconnecting with Will, we gonna keep this thing right moving. You know what I'm talking about? I'm Slink Johnson, the carnivorous coochie cutting connoisseur, here with another trip over to Instagram where we enjoy some of the finest that eyes has to see and ask, are you a risk taker or a wrist breaker? Today on Instagram, we spotlight the exquisite Babette Lando, a.k.a. Yaya Beth. Now, look, man, this one is a bad one, man. I want you to check out this exquisite specimen. Hopefully, Will sees this right now as he's reconnecting, and hopefully he's reconnected. But, man, look at her, man. Pretty brown skin, built like a goddess. Man, look here, look. I don't know if she's a good goddamn person or not, but goddamn it, she one of my favorite people. You better dig that, man. One of the hardest on my timeline, and I keep her notifications at the top. That's Yaya Beth, man. Y'all see that? What say you, people? My good folks out there in YouTube land. Dig that, man. Are you a risk taker or a risk breaker when it comes to this certified baddie in my book, for sure? Let me know in the comments, man. I know y'all fucking with it, man. That's today's risk taker or wrist breaker. You did. Fuck with your main man, Slink Johnson. Willie D, where you at, man? Oh, man, we having super technical difficulty right now with this here thing. I can't seem to get it, but we smoking yours.
Yeah, I see you.
Right here on Smoke Yours Live, man. Let's see what's going on. Who in these comments, man? Okay, Fernando Seeley say, oh, damn. Okay. Y'all see that? Yeah, we smoking yours, baby. Wow, this is really not cool for the live show. We trying to figure it out. These technical difficulties are a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Shit, we trying again to connect to Will. Let's see if we can make that happen. Black screen. Wow. Smoke yours, man. Well, we'll see what it do, man. Y'all bear with me, man. We're going to run a video, man. We're going to see if we can just keep this thing moving while we get this connection together. Campaign. Let's see if you can run one of them miscellaneous videos. Well, not miscellaneous. They all great. But just pick one. Go down there. Huh? Oh, yeah. Well, check this out. This is his favorite right here. Check this out. This comes from the series I got called The Lokes, featuring my good partner, Andre Truth. This episode is called Serve These Fools, right here on Smoke Yours Live. We're going to run a video, man. We're going to see if we can just keep this thing moving while we get this connection together.
Look at them, Drake. Just posted up in our hood like they own something, cuz. I see them. We gotta serve these fools, man. Teach them a lesson. They can't come over here like that. Okay, cuz, is you blowing bubbles, nigga?
Yeah, I'm my bro, cuz. I got some chew.
Cuz, get rid of that gum, cuz. Now, like I'm saying, cuz, all you gotta do, bounce out, walk up on them real smooth like, and serve all their ass. Get back in the car and we gonna yank out, cuz.
All of them?
All of them, cuz.
It's broad daylight, cuz.
Cuz, what's up with you Crips with this broad daylight? You Crip at night, right? Yeah. Well, this Crippin' is 24/7. We do the same thing in the daytime, cuz. Is you with it or not?
I'm with it, cuz. I'm with it. I'm with it, cuz. But hold up, there's kids out here.
Oh, man, fuck them kids, nigga.
Fuck the kids, son.
Nigga, is you a rider?
Yeah, I'm a rider.
Nigga, is you a rider?
Yeah, I'm a rider.
Well, put some bass in your voice.
Yeah, I'm a rider.
That's what I'm talking about, Crip. Now I want to see you just jump out, walk up on them, serve all of them, jump back in the car and we out.
Simple as that, cuz. You ready? Yeah, I'm ready, but how come we don't just drive by? How come we don't do drive by?
Nigga, the drive-by is played out, cuz. It's all about the walk up real crib shit. Nigga, you acting like a little bitch right now. Them niggas served your cousin, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it? Nah, fuck that. I ain't letting that shit ride.
I ain't no bitch, cuz.
Well, quit acting like one, cuz.
Hey, cuz, one more thing, cuz I ain't got my C-rag. I just washed clothes. My shit was dirty. I had to wash everything blue, all together, all the colors together, cuz.
Cuz, real Crips keep a spare rag, cuz. Look at my glove compartment.
All right, cuz. All right, cuz. Where you gonna be at,
I'm gonna be right here in the car, cuz, waiting for you, cuz. The engine running, cuz, ready to yank off and you jump in there. Just go serve all them fools and let's be out.
Okay, cuz, this for the set, cuz.
This for the set, cuz, you and your cousin, nigga.
Cuz, this camera's out here, though, everywhere.
Don't worry about them cameras, cuz. They don't even see niggas, cuz.
Okay, cuz.
Pull your mask up, pull your hat down low on your head, serve them real quick, and then just come on, let's go.
Do you know it's me? But you know me. Do you know it's me?
No, I don't even know who you is, cuz. You look like a whole different dude.
Okay, cuz, this for the set, cuz.
For the set, and your cousin, cuz.
My cousin, cuz. Fuck that.
Serve them niggas, cuz.
Okay, cuz, I'll be right back, cuz.
Serve them niggas. That's right, cuz. That's right, my nigga.
Cuz, I got it off, cuz. I got it off, cuz. Let's get it, Crip. I got it. Fuck you niggas.
Smoke yours, pimp.
You got served.
Yo, these technical difficulties are motherfucker. I don't know what's happening right now.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you, good brother. Now I can't see you.
Oh hell. So that's on your end then, bro. Because nothing's changed on my end.
God damn. Put it up, Jay. All right, you see? Okay, fuck it. We're going to see what we do. Y'all pardon me, man. We got the great Willie D on the line right now. I don't know what's going on with this here thing. Will, could I ask you to step out and step in one more time?
Can you hear me?
I hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
Could I ask you to step out and step in one more time?
What's up?
What's up? Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm asking you to step out and step in one more time.
Step out, step in.
Yeah, step out. Clear it all out and come back and come in one more time.
Okay.
All right. Yo, this Slink Johnson, we gonna figure this thing out right here on Smoke Yours Live. You know what I'm talking about? We don't have any Caucasoid assistance. Not that our knowledge isn't good enough, but you know when you pay Caucasoids, they make sure it's right. But I pay my production staff in food, and today we're eating chili dogs and French fries. Smoke Yours. We're gonna keep this thing moving. Yeah, this is right here, keeping it live. We're gonna run to the comment section and holler at some folks while we see what's going on with Will and clear this thing out. Step out and step back in. Let's step out and step back in with Willie D. Okay, step back in, Will. We're here. Yeah, I just texted Will. Step back in. We here, Smoke Yours Live. We gonna get this thing together, man. Let's go to the comments, man. Fernando Seeley. Will, when you in, just come on in, brother. The door open. Fernando Seeley, what's up, brother? DC Williams, John Thomas III. THC. You already know it. Yeah. We back. Jamming a little music. Sofa King. We waiting for Willie D to join the chat. We here. We live. We active. Willie D. Willie D.
You hear me?
I hear you, good brother. I hear you.
You see me?
I see you. I hear you. After much technical difficulties, we are here, brother. Thank you very much. How you doing?
Already.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the legendary Willie motherfucking D, man. Pardon the technical difficulties, Willie D. We got it together.
It happens.
It's such a pleasure to have you here, man. Let's jump right in this thing because the folks been waiting, man. You know what I'm talking about? First question I want to ask you, man, is who is Willie D?
Who is Willie D? Man, I'm really just like I'm really a simple man, but I'm complex. You know, in the sense that I don't really like doing this regular shit that everybody else do. You know, like I'm not with the whatever the trend is. You know, a lot of people base their actions and their behavior on whatever society, whatever adjustment society makes. That's how they kind of roll. And I just I like going against the grain. You know, I'm a complex dude, man. I can't even explain it.
Yes, indeed, man. Yes, indeed. Yes, you are, man. Because you've definitely, I watched you, from early on in your career to this day, man. Definitely make some serious moves, man, and some very unexpected moves. Some moves that motherfuckers wouldn't think you would do. But you've definitely been a dope dude and a solid dude from day one, man. And I appreciate that of you.
All right, appreciate you. Yeah, that's from like I say, for me, I'm really about growth. Some people have a problem with growth. Like if they see you doing something different they ain't never seen you do before. First thing, what they say, stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Before they even see results, they just be stay in your lane. In your lane. People don't. A lot of times people have a problem with growth, and I just feel like life is so interesting. There's so many things to do in this world. I don't want to just be known for just being a rapper. I don't want to be just known for being an activist. I don't want to come in this world and just party and go out and drink and smoke and bullshit and have some babies and die. I don't want that to be my legacy. Like I say, you only get one turn, right? You get one turn and that's it. That's why, I don't put all kind of shit in my body. Like I try to eat clean. I don't do it all the time the right way, but I try my best to do it because I'm trying to get as many as I can get out of this deal, and be healthy. Going down the stretch. When I die, I want to be surprised when that shit happens. Like, what the fuck is happening? I'm healthy. I want to be straight.
Well, I'm good. Well, you kind of answered my next question because I was gonna say, man, I've been a big fan of yours for years. You feel me? I respect you and everything I know about you. You dig? And I hold you in high regard, dog. I never seen or heard about you smoking good, man. Do you smoke weed, and why not? And as president of the Smoke Yours crew, I'm offering you an invitation.
Now I'm good on smoke, bro. I'm tell you a story though. One day, like back in. This was 1999 on my 99 album, the Loved by Few, Hated by Many album. I after hearing so many artists brag about smoking and how it motivated them to write great songs and all of this stuff, I'm like, well, shit, I already wrote hits and I ain't never smoked before. So imagine what would happen if I smoke. I'm thinking like, so. I tell my boy, I say, man, bring something, bring that good. I'm talking about people ain't never smoked before we talking. Man, bring that good, dog. I'm talking about some chronic nigga that stank. I'm talking hard. And my boy laughing. He like, man, you gonna for what? What you gonna do with that? I'm gonna smoke, nigga. I'm gonna smoke something, fool. he laughing. He like, oh man, nah, you ain't gonna smoke. Nah, man, no. So he talking in the background. I said, we're gonna smoke. So he calling everybody he know, all the homies, the close homies. We're gonna smoke. We're gonna smoke.
we'll go smoke. They come up to the studio. It's like we got like 20 people in the studio. I hit it, and I'm waiting for it to do something, right? You know how you have anticipation. You just wait. I'm hitting. I'm like, this it, nigga. This is punk ass shit. This what y'all be tripping on. Give me this it. This all it gonna do. So I hit it, and I'm waiting on the creative juices to start flowing, and all it did was make me tired, dude. Like it made me not want to. It made me not want to write. It relaxed my brain to the point where I couldn't even come up with anything. And I was like, that was my first and last time smoking.
Dig that, man. Well, I would have loved to have been there that day with you. Just a trip off Willie D, getting high, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I smoke yours, man. And if anybody ever give you some weed donations, just make sure you forward them to your boy. You feel me?
Shit, if I'm anywhere around in Texas, boy, I ain't gonna touch that shit.
Oh no, definitely not.
I'm gonna keep my distance, bro.
Definitely.
They still locking cats up out here.
Definitely. Texas still have what I call caveman laws in regards to marijuana, man. Let's fix that. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Legalize it, Texas. Hey,
but
Will.
Caveman laws, because you got some of these dudes out here.
There's so many cavemen making the law.
Cavemen.
And yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Troglodytes. Hey, Willie D, man, I'm gonna ask questions, man. It's gonna go all over the motherfucking spectrum, man. Cause you know, Super Slink just like to know, man. You know what I'm talking about? I got a bunch of fans that want to know. I've been waiting a long time for this day. So you know, man, I'm all over the place with it. Like Willie D and controversy go hand in hand. It's not just an album title. You know what I'm saying? You've been making inflammatory and thought-provoking songs with titles like Bald Head Hoes, Put the Fucking Gun Away, Fuck the KKK, and Welfare Bitches. You know what I'm saying? You've been pissing people off for a long time, dog. How does Willie D manage to flourish through all the controversy?
Man, I think I just try to be righteous. You know, I just live my life righteous. That don't mean I'm trying to be right. You know, I'm right all the time. I just try to be righteous, and that just means I do right by people. You know, and drive. I have an impeccable drive. You know, and I look at like anybody that's in my way. I just feel like, you know, you roll with me or you're gonna get rolled over. I don't feel like it's a man made of God that can stop me from doing what I want to do.
Fucking right.
Yeah, and I don't believe that it's a man made of God that can do anything to me that I can't do to him. It don't matter who he is. I just don't believe that. I don't live my life that way. I know some people be like, oh man, he got this, he got man, he can, and such. Man, I can get to anybody, dog.
Man, and I believe it. I've always believed it. Yeah. I've always believed it, dog, because, you know, again, your voice has always been strong in this game, and for a whole lot of young cats and a whole lot of cats, our generation, you're a few years over me, but, you know, cats, man, street cats, real civil-minded men, you know what I'm saying, real red-blooded men, alpha males, that shit really resonates, dog. You're a strong proponent of the G-Code, man, and the beacon of light for real niggas everywhere. You demand your respect, man, and you really make being a G prestigious, you feel me? What are 3 codes you live by that you would offer to a youngster to ensure that he grows up to be a solid individual?
Oh, wow. 3 codes that I live by? Well, number 1 is respect. That's first and foremost, because you can go a long way in life with respect. You know, number 2 is honor. And, you know, I would say number 3 is drive. You know, I got this thing that I've been saying for years and years and years. I mean, even when I was a teenager, persistence beats resistance, right? Mm-hmm. Like no matter what kind of resistance you come across, if you're persistent enough, you will overcome the resistance.
Yes,
the reason why a lot of people don't overcome resistance because they don't put enough in their persistence. It's like they'll try something, and the moment they meet any type of opposition, they panic and they just give up. At the very first time sign of rejection, they give up. I'm kind of hard-headed in the sense that I kind of look at it like it's a challenge. Like it's kind of, it motivates me. When I get rejected, I'm like, you think it's over. You think it's okay, all right, watch this. I got that type of mentality.
That's right. Motherfucking G, Willie D. You a motherfucking G, Willie D. You a cold motherfucker ever since you had the motherfucking album cover with the overalls on and the KK. Man, look here, man. First time I said, this motherfucker's crazy. But again, you was way before your time, man. You was a much needed voice in the time in the industry that was soon to be overrun with a whole lot of sucker shit.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you, had I known that if I had an inkling that would happen, I would have protected it more. I would have protected the space more, and I would have rallied the troops. Much like Pac, I ain't really know what I had until it got away from me.
Right. It's cold game.
So that's why when I see these youngsters doing it, I can see it a mile away. Man, I've been doing this for so long, and I've seen so many people make it, and I've seen so many people fail. I can pretty much study somebody in about 5 minutes, just study the moves, some of the decisions they make, and I can tell you who's gonna be around next year, who's not, who's gonna make it, who's not. I can damn near tell you who's gonna be dead in another year. Like just watching people's movement, you can just kind of like tell what's most likely to happen. I mean, there's not no guarantees, but you can just watch people's movement and kind of tell what's gonna happen with them.
We done both seen enough calendars to know that, and a lot of these youngsters, you know what I'm saying, and unfortunately Cass is older, don't understand that, but we done seen enough calendars to know you can watch, you see what happens to people just based on the way they live their life and the way they treat people.
Yeah, and since you mentioned the elders, those guys that came before this generation, the one thing that run me hot about guys that's from our generation is that they don't do enough to reach out to the youngsters. And a lot of them are scared of the youngsters. And the ones who are not scared of them, they have a us against them mentality. Like, I'm ready to drop one of these niggas.
Right.
Kill one of these motherfuckers. Get out of line, I'm gonna drop them, I'm gonna down them. And then instead of thinking destroy, kill, instead of thinking build, and preserve their life, they're thinking destroy, just like a lot of times the police are thinking. They got the same type of mentality. Like, I'm gonna drop one of these fools, I'm gonna kill one of these fools or whatever. And a lot of these cats, man, all you gotta do is talk to them, man. These dudes, they just like we were, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you think about how wild we were at times, and I remember fighting in the streets, like an animal, man, just fighting, and a grown person step up and, intervene, and depending on if the grown person step up, well, back then, it didn't matter how respectful the grown person was. They intervened, it was grown, and you let it alone. But especially if they came and they addressed you with a certain amount of respect,
right.
A certain amount of decorum, you'd be like, you know what, man, like you would respect it. Right now, I'm batting 1,000 with youngsters in terms of talking to them when I see one of them getting too far out of pocket. I'm batting 1,000. Even from the youngsters on the streets to the ones who are rap stars. If I get in their ear, they listen. But it's all about the approach. It's all about how you address people. Like, you can't talk to these youngsters like they're your abused child. I can't even say like a child, because I wouldn't even talk to my kids. I never spoke to my kids in a disrespectful manner. Raising my kids, I got a 24-year-old and a 20-year-old, and I never spoke to them in a disrespectful manner even though I could have and gotten away with it. But I understood early on that I was raising human beings. And you can't treat human beings like trash, because whatever you put into your child, that's what you're gonna get out of them. So if you instill in them that when you're upset, when somebody is upset with them, that they have the right to cuss them out or hit them or disparage them, then they're gonna grow up thinking that's the way to be, and they may accept that from other people, and they also may apply that to their own children. So you got to be very cognizant of your behavior when you're raising children. Many times I wanted to snap. My kids do something stupid. I was like, man, I be wanting like you, but I know I was like, nope, I can't do it. I got to cool off. I'm gonna address it a little bit later when I calm down.
Hey, I'm gonna share something with you, Will. One time, my oldest son, he had did something that kind of worried me and his mom a lot, brought a lot of concern to us, and once we reunited with each other, I had off from corporal punishment in the form of some body blows and things of that nature. And later on about it, I felt bad about it because I felt like it's a certain way you deal with a young black man, and I didn't want to be beating on him, and I told him I'll never do it again because I feel like you don't want to break the young black man's spirit. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him to, I was so frustrated at the time and so worried and so upset that I didn't know how to he was about 13 at the time. I didn't quite know how to deal with it because I told myself I wasn't whooping him with no belt, but how do I do this? So again, I feel like a heel about it because again, it's a certain way you deal with your kids. And I'm sure we both saying not to offer your children corporal punishment as much as we saying how we do it, when we do it, and the appropriate means of doing it.
Yeah, it ain't really it ain't what you do, it's how you do it. And I know that a lot of people, it's a contentious thing. People say, well, if these kids caught more ass whoopings, they wouldn't be out of line as much and all of this type of stuff. But think about the effect that somebody putting their hands on you have on you, right? When you are in your house is supposed to be your sanctuary.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
It's supposed to be everybody's sanctuary, not just the person who paid the bills, but it should be your children's sanctuary. And you're supposed to be your child's protector. If your child don't feel protected by you, then your child might turn to the streets for protection.
Yes, indeed.
Or they may say, you know what, I'm on my own and I'm gonna have to protect myself. So they'll start acting out and doing other things. Like I realized early on that my mama used to beat the brakes off my ass. Beat the hell out of me. With extension cords, all kinds of stuff. Let me tell you something. After a while, it didn't even matter. It didn't even matter what she did to me because I just became a monster.
Yeah, I was already desensitized to that. You knew that was going to happen. So,
and I just didn't give a fuck. So do what you got to do. I'm finna go out here and do what I want to do. And one of the reasons why I continued to do what I wanted to do because I didn't feel that my mama deserved the respect because she beat me. I didn't feel that I had to respect the household or the name because I was getting my ass beat. So my point is that when you putting your hands on somebody, you beating on people, man, people gonna feel a certain way about that. Even if they do something wrong, they gonna feel you put your hands on them, they gonna feel a certain way. Even if you ever had a fight with somebody, they gonna always remember that fight. And it's going, even if y'all say, okay, it's over, let's shake hands, it's water under the bridge, you may continue to go along in life and respect each other or whatever, and you may not get into another fight, but that person gonna always have some reserved trepidation about you, and that because they know you put your hands on them. So early on, when my kids were very, very little, I would spank them. But I snapped out of it because I realized, what worked for me? What worked for me more than anything is when my mama took away my privileges. And I didn't have an ounce of the privileges my kids had growing up. But when my mama made me stay in the house, told me to stay in the room, and I couldn't go outside, and I could hear everybody else outside playing, and I could look out that window and see everybody playing, man, I felt like a damn prisoner, bro. Like, that was worse than getting beat for me. Now I know certain different children, different things work for different children. But for me, and I was extreme, it worked. Punishing me did more. Taking away privileges did more for me to get right than my mama putting her hands on me. And it made me, like I said, also, it made me hate my mama at times. And it's very, very hard to respect somebody that you hate at any moment.
Well, I hope my son don't hate me, because that motherfucker get out of line, I cut his eyebrows off and send him to school. Fuck him. But that's neither here nor there. Willie D, you know what? I'm listening to you now, man, and it's such a pleasure, man, to talk to you again. You know, I've been listening to you forever, and to hear you now, you so grown, so sophisticated, as you should be, man. But you know, just as a fan, dude, I remember you as one of the most vibrant characters, you know what I'm saying, in rap right now. Coming up a Ghettos fan, I paid close attention to what you were saying, the names you were mentioning. I always wondered who those people were, because they sounded like some real goons. You hear me? What's up with Chop Chop? And are you still in contact with Chop Chop?
No, Chop Chop turned out to be one of those dudes who was a fuckboy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it's that dude that you grow up with. You wear clothes alike, you sleep at each other's house, you eat each other's food, you hang out, you watch each other back when you go out and you go to the club or whatever. You fight together, and you might even toss a few girls up together, whatever, right? But see, what happened with dude is, like, when the music took off, we had to get out on the road. And when we first got out on the road, we was rolling out in a 15-passenger van. So we had a skeleton crew, only the essentials. The group, me, Brad, Red, and Bill, and a DJ, and a roadie. And actually, Red was the DJ. So we had a roadie and our manager. 6 people in a 15-passenger van, that's it. But when we first started making a little money, even though we only had a little money, I would always break him off when we come back home. So my plan was to get him to come out on the road with me once we got on a tour bus. But before we could even get to that point, I'm coming home, I'm hearing certain things that this dude is saying behind my back. He talking down. And so, one day, I go to his crib with that thing, and I knock on the door. He come to the door, he inside with some of the homies. They playing dominoes. I said, let me holler at you for a minute, man. Now, in my mind, I'm about to blow it all, bro, because we done so much together. Like, this a dude that you really, that I'm thinking is really like a brother.
The
right?
nigga know too much. The nigga know too much on top of that. He know
too much, but, I guess the biggest part of the betrayal for me was that on 2 occasions, I saved his life. Like, literally, I saved his life. People were going to take his life twice. And I put my life on the line to save his life. In one situation, these cats could have easily just said, all right, well, you're going to get it too. But because of who I was, and because they respected me so much, they gave him a pass. But, they approached me one day and was like, yo, man, what's up with such? We finna get him. They like, we finna get him, tonight. We walk out that door, we gonna get him. And I say, well, whatever you do to him, you're doing to me. And so I put my life on the line, and they gave dude a pass, and then I did it again. So I'm thinking about all of these things. I'm thinking about the times that, I didn't laced him up. He done the same for me. All of the talks, the riding, the kicking it, the times we spent the night at each other's houses and ate at each other's mama's houses. You know, I'm thinking about all of this stuff. So I go to the dude's house and I'm like, man, I'm hearing these rumors and I know they true because things are getting out that only he know.
Right.
I know it's him, right? So I go to him and I'm in my mind, like I'm always, like I'm one of them type of dudes is like, if I confront somebody about some information, about something, and it don't go right, I'm gonna get them right there on the spot. So that was my mentality. And I was like, yeah, he said the wrong thing. If you try to get bucked, I'm gonna get him. You know, that's just what it's gonna be. But you know, he cowered, you know, laid it down. And then from that point on, I was just like, you know, I'll never deal with that dude again in life.
I hear you, Will.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. That's another part about growing up, you know what I'm saying, coming into this age that we're in and approaching. You know, you get to see friends make that 180, you know what I mean? When we were young, I remember having friends that I thought my ride or dies in my 20s. But you know, so much fuck shit goes on in the 20s and 30s, you know, to show you who really a person is. So time definitely reveals, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Time and circumstances definitely reveal who a motherfucker really is in your life, you know? That's crazy.
You know something, man? Like, it's very important, and I know it's black men watching this show right now, and it's important that we as black men understand that many of us grew up unlearned. And so we have to unlearn that unlearned behavior. And what I mean is that, like, I remember older dudes saying, man, you got to break a bitch, man. You want her to act right, you got to break her. You got to put her through all these tests and da-da-da. That's a bad idea, bro. Because if you break her, you might not be able to put her back together. That's a bad idea. Trying to break a chick, that's a bad idea. You know, if you're a pimp or some shit, I guess you do whatever you got to do. But we talking about a dude and a woman being in a relationship. You talking about dealing with a woman that you think that could possibly be the one. You don't want to plant those seeds of doubt because she may stick in there. She may hang in there just because you put her through so much shit. She don't want to lose. She don't want to lose you. She want to be like, well, damn, I went through all this shit. I got them. You know, I gotta hang in there. I gotta be there.
Yes, indeed.
And then what happens is that, let's say y'all go all the way and y'all get married and all that, have kids. That woman is never going to forget the shit you put her through. She's never going to forget that. And even though y'all might go through the motions of, like I say, getting married and having children and going to these plays and concerts and vacations and doing all of these things, the weddings and the funerals, she'll never forget the things that you put her through to break her, that hitting on her. You know, if you hit her, if you cheated on her, all this shit. Women don't forgive and women don't forget. So it's important not to plant those seeds of doubt. If I could line up all the dudes who I considered to be OGs, who gave me information when I was growing up, when I was in my teens, in my early 20s, if I could line every last one of them up, I give all of them one big old motherfucking slap. Just slap all their asses because they gave me some very bad information, bro. That's why it took so long for me to get right. I did some things right. I did more right than most dudes did, but there was some holes in my armor because these dudes didn't patch it up right. You know, they didn't give me that good information. So for me, you know, it's important to give that good information. Some dudes, you know, they look at it like, that he a simp because he trying to do right by his woman, or he's not involved in trying to play too many women and doing this type of, that's a simp. That ain't got nothing to do with simping. That's manning up. That's That's making your life simple. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, indeed.
Because the thing is that the more, you know what I mean, the more simple your life is, the calmer things are, the less stressful you are, and you just get more done. You're more productive.
Man, can I get an amen? Can I get an amen, please? Can I get an amen?
Smoke weed every day.
That's what I'm talking about, man. I need that amen right there. You speak so much truth, Willie D, man, and I love that about you, man. Good, bad, right, or wrong, you know. Will, you have a rich and extensive history in Houston, Texas, dog. Tell me about the battles with Romeo Poet at the Rhinestone Wrangler off Merworth. I know you were there during the days with Steve Fournier and Captain Jack. How were the scenes during those days, brother?
Oh man, yeah, that was a good time. That was a good time. The Rhinestone was like, it was whatever you see happening with the battle rapping right now today. It was like that, but it was like it was every single Sunday night, and it would start at 2 o'clock in the morning, and it'd be over at around 3 o'clock. And the first part of it, you do a regular rap, show that you got skills, and then after that, you do the rank part. Whoever survived to the next round get the rank. So you had, you know what? What's his name? Vanilla Ice came down and got in a few of those contests. He got in like 4 of them, and I dusted them off all 4 times.
Fuck Vanilla Ice, nigga.
But you know what I liked about the dude is that he had heart.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I like people with heart, man. The dude had heart. You know, he knew, like, it was like he knew that what he was up against, but he would come down and go for it anyway. People used to cheer for him in the first round to get him to the second round so I could light his ass up. You dig? But but the Rhinestone, just imagine going to a nightclub every single week to watch a rap battle. You've seen the rap battles like on 8 Mile and these rap shows where you show these artists battling and stuff like that in the club, and it's packed. It was like that every single week for like 2 years at the Rhinestone Wrangler. And man, you talking about the most beautiful girls would come out. This is that time when the pretty girls would come out. Now, you know, you get to get an abundance of pretty girls, a concentrated amount of pretty girls in the room at one time now, it's got to be when the club first opened, first when the club is new, or it has to be a major event going on.
Dig that.
But the Rhinestone had, oh man, so many. Yeah, girls used to come out back then. They don't do that I'm talking about the bad ones. They don't come out in the numbers today like they used to do back then.
Hey, Will, speaking of ladies, man, you know what I'm saying, you got a real, love-hate relationship. I'm sure women got a lot of love-hate relationship with Willie D the rapper. You know what I'm saying? You know, because especially some of the shit you used to say in your songs. So I want to ask you this, man. I want to say, I once got some Dome Leon from a bitch with a profile like Lex Luthor. You feel me? Have you ever gotten some head from a bald head hoe? And if so, was it after you put the song out, and did it change your opinion on it?
That's a good question. That's a good question. And, I would say that would be affirmative. Yeah. That would be affirmative.
Willie D, you crazy as a motherfucker, because you so stoic, man, and so serious, man. That's hey, man, for real, because it's like, man, after meeting you and getting to know you, you definitely a cool dude, but definitely, man, I'm always, and I suggest everybody always watch the way they deal with Willie D. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Will, I like what you stand for and respect what you say. Nobody's perfect out there, and there's no perfect way. But what do you think the first major step we as black people have to make to better our condition here in America?
I think first and foremost, everybody has to be accountable for their own actions before you can help the greater Black community. You have to first and foremost take inventory of your own life and see where you need to make improvements first by yourself, for yourself as a person, your mentality. That has to change first, right? Then once you do that, then get out of your shell and start networking. Start working with people that, you know, that you want to, start working with people that you see that's doing things and that want to do things that's positive in the community. You have to be a part of your community in order to change your community. You can't sit on the porch and just watch the action, or just be in the community and look out your window and just watch everything happen, and watching your community fall apart. And you're so afraid, you're feeling like a hostage. I couldn't live like that. Like, I've always been involved in my community. I've always taken accountability for what go on in my community. Even when I was in the hood, you could not come in my hood and ride on somebody in my hood. You couldn't come into the hood and beat up a woman and get out. That wasn't happening. You couldn't just do that in my neighborhood. You would get your ass towed up from the floor up. We didn't get down like that. Like, nobody could just come in our hood and just do whatever they wanted to do. These days, you know, it's a lot different. So, but I think that first and foremost, we get our minds right individually, then we start working together, but we have to work together toward group economics. Group economics is going to solve a lot of the problems that we have. It's group economics. Group economics is not going out buying cars and homes and jewelry and fancy clothes, because you cannot purchase your way into equality. A lot of people think that because, oh, now I got the big car, now I got the big house, oh, now I got some jewelry, you know, you got to treat me like I'm somebody. You know, you got to treat me equal. No, you cannot purchase your way into equality. You know, that comes from group economics. You know, it is all we have to do, we don't have to try to reinvent the wheel. If we look at every single group that has ever come to America, they've done the same thing. Now we have a special set of circumstances because we live in a society, we live in a country where our government targets us for failure. They don't target anybody else for failure like they target the Black community. So that's why you can't just compare. We can look at the things that some of the other groups are doing good, like the Asians and the Irish did when they got here, and even the Mexicans. We can look at what they've done for their communities and how they came here, but all of them, they all had group economics down to a T. They all work together. They're not afraid to work with each other, and they don't take their cue from outsiders. They don't allow outsiders, people that are not within their race, their culture, to tell them who to be friends with, who to like. Black people still take their cue from other people outside of our race. We're concerned about being friends and not being looked at a certain way by other people. These people don't give a fuck what everybody else thinks. They're doing their thing no matter what. You cross over to them, they're not crossing over to you. So first and foremost, we have to think along the lines of group economics. When the Irish people first got to New York, they were getting, the Italians, when they first got over in New York, they were getting their asses whooped. They were getting beat up by the police all the time.
Yeah.
What they did, they started joining the police department. They started joining the fire department. And they started joining civic unions.
And they took that shit over.
That's what a control is. That's what a power is. So look, man, if you're running the police department, if most of your people are in police department, it doesn't matter what color the damn mayor is, what color the chief of police is, because ain't nothing moving without the police. They got all the juice. That's why the police unions are the most powerful unions in the country. That's why all these cops are killing people with impunity, because the police unions have so much power. They have more power than the mayors have. the police unions be punking the mayors. You know, I seen them turn their back on the mayor in New York. They turn their backs on the mayor. Where else can you go where the employee can turn their back on the boss?
That's big.
You know,
That's big.
so we have to get. There are black people that say, well, how we gonna join them, man? If you join them, you're gonna be just like them, and da da da. Yeah, well, if the Italians would have had that mentality, they would have never taken over New York, NYPD. But that's why every time you look at cops in New York, what's the last name? Nepopelli,
O'Malley,
Otali, some whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's always these Sicilian names, these Italian names, because they went in that motherfucker and they infiltrated and they took over it. So we can't have it both ways. We can't look for this equal playing field or this power and not get involved in the power structure.
Right.
We gotta get involved. I mean, will it happen overnight? No. Will we still have some sellouts? Yes. But imagine what would happen if we start going in droves and saying, man, we finna get up in this motherfucker and shake it up.
Man.
It'll be a total different situation. So I'm just the type of person, I don't mind people that complain. I complain. But after you complain, do something. Everybody have a right to complain. But after you complain, do something. Just sitting back complaining about somebody else complaining ain't doing nothing. Sitting back, talking shit while other people at least are trying, and maybe they're trying and they ain't really getting shit done. But they're doing better than your ass because you ain't even trying. All you doing is talking shit.
Yeah, real shit. And you definitely have always been a motherfucker that always have taught, put your money where your mouth at. You know what I'm saying? You always, put that shit to work. And I know that you've recently ran for city council, and that shocked a whole lot of people, Willie D. When did you become interested in politics, and do you have intentions on continuing to climb the political ladder, my guy?
Yeah, I've always been interested in politics because I learned early on that politicians run it. Politicians and businessmen run it. All of these goons that think about the biggest gangsters you ever known, the killers. I'm talking about the street gang. I ain't talking about the gangsters in the White House and Congress. I'm talking about I'm talking about the ones that look scary, that look like gangsters. They got the tattoos and all in the head, face, muscles everywhere. When them people decide that they want them off the street, they go in there and snatch them up, and then they put them in jail, or they put them on death row and they kill them, or whatever they want to do to them. When them people decide to come get them, they ain't shit. So that'll let you know that ain't what the power is. Who has the right? Who has the power to make an arrest? Who has the power to change a law, to affect law? Who has the power? That's what that power is.
Them suits.
Who has the power to put a bridge in your neighborhood and you can't do nothing about it?
Them robes.
Who has the power to put a plant right next to your fucking house? And you can't do shit about it. Number one, because you probably don't even own the damn house.
Who got the power to tell you can't even change the goddamn floor plan of the roof on your house if you want to?
Exactly, and that's a good point. People in the permits department, square ass people in the permits department with a GED got more power than cats on the streets, because you can't even build nothing. Like, you can't even put a porch on your fucking own house without going up there and getting a permit. They sitting back like, nah, maybe not. So when I was in high school, I used to steal newspapers from my neighbors. I had 5 neighbors I would rotate, and I steal a newspaper from each one of them one day out of the week on my way to school. I would read the newspaper, the metropolitan section, and the front page, and I'd give the sports to somebody else, whoever wanted it. And I did that because I wanted to know what was going on in the world. And I was always fascinated by people that was able to really move shit, people that had real power. That's what always fascinated me. And so I would read these newspapers faithfully. And once I started rapping and I realized my name had some weight, I started taking it to the streets. I would get involved in protests. I'd get involved in boycotts. I protested the 1992 Republican Convention in Houston. I went out there in front of the Astrodome with a casket and my homies, and I said, y'all vote for George Bush, you're signing your death certificate.
Might as well get in.
Now, I would not do that today. I don't protest today. I boycott with my money, but I don't protest. I protested back then because I knew that was, in my mind, that was something that I knew that I could do. It was almost like a knee-jerk reaction, something that I could make happen really, really quickly. Today, I don't do that. I'm more calculative today. I plot and I plan. I strategize. You know, I use my money and my influence, my name. I know people that you have no idea that I know who run states, real people who run states that you can't just get rid of. And, you know, I know federal judges and all these kind of people. I know these people and I can get them on the phone. And more importantly, they know me. So I realized how to move who's running it. The politicians and the businessman, the ones that probably got beat up at school, who got chased home.
They get no pussy.
They're the ones who are running everything, bro. They run everything.
Yes, indeed.
And so I looked at that, but having said that, to answer the second part of your question, I'm not sure that I will pursue politics, continue to pursue politics as a candidate, you know, because I see so much dirty stuff that I just really don't want to be a part of. But instead of like being a mayor or a governor or a senator or whatever, a congressman, I think that I'm more interested in being a kingmaker. So I like the idea of putting together a group of people who can influence these people that are in these positions. You dig what I'm saying?
Dig that.
There's many ways to make things move. There are people that say, well, I'm not voting. I'm not going to vote. I don't care what you say. I don't vote. I can understand maybe on a national level, you may not want to vote, but on a citywide level, you can really make your vote count. That's major impact. And we're talking oftentimes, you can see the results of your vote immediately. The people that you back, the people that you support, you can see that immediately. And you can get to those people a lot faster than you can get to people that are on a more national level or an international level. But what goes on in your city directly impacts you more than what goes on in the nation. You know, you don't ride up and down the streets of Washington, D.C., but if you live in Los Angeles, you ride up and down the streets of Los Angeles.
Yes, indeed.
You don't have to see the abandoned building every day that, you know, people that bodies are turning up in DC. But if you're in Los Angeles and that is happening, that has a direct impact on your community. What's going on the streets, people hanging out or whatever, you know, juvenile truancy, the police community relations. That has a direct impact on your community in Los Angeles. You can make a difference right there as opposed to trying to have sweeping legislation, because all states have their own mandates and their own regulations, and they vary state by state. You know, even when it comes to just being in relationships and having sex. In some states in America, you can have sex at 16, you know, consensual sex at 16. In other states, it's 18. You dig what I'm saying? Some states, it's 17. So your vote has a lot of impact on a local level. Some of these people listening to me right now, they don't even know that, hell, they got a better chance of winning a council seat or a comptroller seat or a seat on the school board or the treasury than some of these people who've been doing it for years. Because a lot of these people ain't really about nothing. It's people that are activists right now, that people in the neighborhood right now who have impact in the neighborhood, who people know that have put in work in the neighborhood. Man, they can go out there and put their name on one of them ballots, and they'd be surprised that the people will go out there and vote for them. People want to see change, but they're so frustrated. So I can understand why people may not want to get involved, and they're so frustrated, especially when you got a president that can collude with Russia and just straight up hijack a damn presidency. You know, you be like, but damn, you know, what's the use if these motherfuckers ain't gonna pack fat?
Fuck, man, it's a crazy game, man. It's a crazy fucking game. I know you a native of Houston, of Houston's bloody nickel, man. Came up there, put in work there, you know, and did your thing for the power and the political seat there. Do you still live there, and are you there often?
No, I don't live in Fifth Ward because Fifth Ward is the hood, and I didn't work my ass off to live in the hood all my life.
Right.
You know, let me tell you this, man, and some people get offended by that. They say, well, you know, that's the reason we ain't got nothing, because everybody always move out. Who said the hood was our shit? You know, most people. Hello. Let me tell you something, man. Most people in the hood don't own shit.
Don't own nothing. Nothing.
So that hood is just a place. Look, if you look at how society works all around the world, most people who move to the ghetto because that's all they can afford. But the moment that they can do better, they get the fuck out immediately. As soon as they get in, they get out. They make a pit stop. It's a stop. The hood is supposed to be a short-term thing. It's not supposed to be a long-term. It's supposed to be.
Your journey ain't supposed to end where you start.
Let me tell you something, man. Exactly. Like, in the hood, here's what happens. In the hood, you got to put the babies on the floor. You got gunshots. You got people walking up and down the street fighting all the time. You got the police riding around harassing people. You got trash on the ground, potholes, all kind of shit going on, abandoned buildings and all that. If I have an option to raise my child in an environment where it's not an adventure to walk to the grocery store, to the corner store, why would I take the risk and put my child in an environment where they could catch a stray bullet at any time? You know, and sometimes you walk up down the street to the store, some fool is catcalling, might call her a name or whatever. Now you gotta go up to the store and lay somebody out. You know, this is the type of stuff that happens frequently in the hood. And not all people in the hood are bad. I know some of the best people that I've met in my life, you know, lived in the hood, you know, like are from the hood. A lot of us are from the hood. But the idea is to grow, to get out. You can always come back and help out, and try to help your people raise up out. But the idea should be to raise out, raise up and out. It ain't the damn get in there and kick your feet up and go like, yeah, this is cool.
This is it, baby.
And I'm gonna tell you something else that I don't like. One of the things that one of the biggest things that I don't like is the police. They target the hood. Yeah. They want the police, these cops, they come into the hood and they want to come into the hood so that they can kick some ass and beat people up, harass people, misuse people. I don't want to be in that type of damn environment. I don't want to be fighting the damn police all day, every day. You know, I don't want them targeting me, fucking with me like that. You know, that's a bad look, because I'm gonna do something. You dig what I'm saying? Like, and that's the trip part for me that I don't understand about some of these cats. You can look at them wrong and they will take your life if you look like them.
Mm-hmm.
But if you these other people, man, these other people can come into the hood and call their mamas bitches and hoes, call their women.
Kick down doors.
Kill their grandmama, granddaddy accidentally, and they will do nothing. I mean, nothing. They won't do jack. So, you know, that's a whole different discussion.
Man, look here, man. Crazy shit. Look, man. Will, look, man. On some other shit, dog. Cause this shit right here. On some other shit, man. If you had 2 tickets to heaven, and you had to give one of them tickets to someone out of these 3 people, who would it be? If you had to give one of them tickets to somebody out of these 3 people, who would it be? Donald Trump, the bitch who stole your wallet, or Tekashi 6ix9ine?
The bitch who stole my wallet. Because she's redeemable. You know, like, look, hey, oftentimes crime is about opportunity, right?
Right.
So you just don't give her that opportunity anymore. And there you go. She's rehabilitated.
Yes, indeed. Perfect answer, man. Will, you so fucking dope, man. Look here. Shit. Let me ask you this one, man. Damn, I'm going through them. I got some more for you, man. Look, man. Your journey, Will, it's been a long and twisted one. How did you go from bald-head hoes to city council hopeful? And tell me, how has Houston accepted your growth from local menace to respected politician?
Yeah, it's just growth, you know, because you got to keep in mind, bald-head hoes was just one song. It ain't like, it's a song that I wrote. It's a song that I wrote when I used to compete at the Rhinestone Wrangler. I never even thought that would even be a song. Jay is the one who convinced me to put that song on the album. I didn't want to put it on the album because I didn't want dudes thinking I was some type of comedian. Yeah. But I was being comical when I wrote the song, but I was being serious at the same time because I was frustrated that girls were, you know, wearing this weave and all this stuff. So I thought that I thought that writing that song was going to discourage women from wearing weave. I thought they were going to be so embarrassed that nobody would wear it. I thought it was going to single-handedly stop women from wearing weave. And I swear to God, it was like fuel on the fire. So I never imagined that song would go where it went. And, you know, shit, next thing I know, it's like the biggest song on the album. But by my very next album, I'm doing the cleanup man. I'm already past bald-head hoes. I was past making a song like that where I disparaged women in, you know, my second album, which was 92. So I was already past that stage, but that album right there, hell, I was probably past that stage when I put the album out. But when I wrote the song, like I said, I wrote it as some type of a song to discourage women from wearing their hair, you know, wearing weave or cutting or shaving their hair off and all of that stuff. But I went from that to running for city council because, you know, I'm interested in bettering my community, man. Just simple as that. You know, I want to see Houston be better than what it is. And I want to encourage the cats that are out there right now who may be thinking that, hey man, ain't no way, it's only one way. You know, there's a lot of cats that feel hopeless. Like, I'm telling you, like, man, as long as you breathing, you got action. A lot of cats feel like just because they did something wrong in the past, that they're not worthy. Like they can't become a city councilman or whatever.
Right.
Let me tell you something. A lot of these people that holding these political seats, they've done way more worse shit than some of the cats on the streets have done. They've done way worse. The shit that they do, a lot of things that they do, man, even since they've been in office, it affects thousands, millions of people oftentimes. And they are some of the worst people that you'll ever come across. So you shouldn't feel less than when you're in the room with these type of people. You really should feel superior. Right. Because a lot of them are full of shit and they liars. You know, they'll lie in a heartbeat, man. They lie like a rug. I mean, they just, many of them have no scruples whatsoever. So you should not feel intimidated by these people. You should feel very confident when you come into contact with them.
You fucking right, Will. I was blowing my weed in the same building, in the same room with one of them Kennedys, man. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. You know me, y'all. I got an invite here just like you did. Smoke yours. Matter of fact, you invited me. You know what I do. Smoke yours. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Back in the day, back in like the early 90s, I remember I didn't go to church for years. And so my kid's mom invited me to church. So I go to church just shortly after I meet her. You know, maybe a few months after I met her, I go to church. And this dude saw me, he was like, yo, Willie D, oh man, it's good to see you here, man. You know, he was like, good to see you here. I was like, well, damn, yeah. Good to see you here too, bro. Yeah, you know, keep coming. And he said that like, you know, oh, because I'm Willie D and I make rap music that has graphic content, that somehow I'm not worthy of stepping foot into a church, and when the church is full of heathens. You know, even many other pastors are heathens, the deacons are heathens, but because I make this music and my music is publicized, what I do, the way I talk is publicized. You know, what I say is being put on record. Somehow I'm less than, but every damn body in this church using the same kind of language that I use. It's just that they use it in private. They use it when they're around the people that they know and they're comfortable with. So, but I had a problem with going at first because I was thinking like, well, man, I know I ain't ready to be right. I know I ain't ready to be right. Cause I'm thinking like, if I'm gonna go to church, I gotta be right, 100%. I gotta be right. I gotta be in line. I gotta be walking the straight and narrow. I can't be having no ill thoughts. You know, I gotta leave all this past behind. I can't ride on nobody. I can't do none of that. I ain't ready for that. And then one day I was like, man, really, that ain't what church is really about. And that ain't even what being saved is about, or having a belief in God is about. You know, he takes his worst. You know what I'm saying? He takes the ones that, if you're perfect, you don't really need God, right? Right? If you're perfect, you know what you need God for. So, and I ain't finna get all off into no discussion about what's real and what ain't and all that type of shit or whatever. But I can tell you that I got over that real fast when dude came at me the way he did.
Wow. Will, speaking of church, man, let me ask you this, man. You coming out of church, right, in your Sunday's best. You hear me? You coming out of church in your Sunday's best. You stop at the gas station for a couple items, and the local punk is fat mouthing something real severe, right? He begging to get cream like lotion. My question is, do you oblige him? And if so, do you make him read those hard shoes, or do you go put on your Nikes?
It just depends. It depends on the situation and the circumstance. You know, it depends on what's going on. You know, do I have my kids in the car? You know, do I have a, you know.
Do you keep your Nikes in the trunk?
You know, where I'm trying to go. Where am I trying to go? Now, I stomp a nigga out in some house shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just, Yeah, it depends on what I got on. Whatever I got on is what he gonna get. But I'm not as quick. I'm not as quick to take off, man. You know, I analyze the situation. For me, every situation is different, and I'd like to think that I'm gonna act appropriately every single time. For me, it's always what outcome do I want. The main thing for me is my outcome that I want all the time is to stay free, stay alive, you know, and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's going to depend on the situation, but conflict is costly, so I try to stay away from conflict. Because even if you win a fight, you know, you got to watch your back. You know, so conflict is always costly. I try to avoid conflict. If I take off on somebody, you know they really, really deserved it, and it's a situation where I felt like I had no other choice but to do what I did. I'm gonna try to avoid it by any means, but disrespect would not be allowed. So I don't know when I'm gonna snap. I don't know. I can't say if I'll snap or not. I don't know.
Look, Will.
Knowing what I know, I'll try. You know, I would hope that I don't snap, but I don't know if I'm gonna snap or not if somebody violate at that time. I do know that disrespect won't be allowed, and I do know they will get it. On the spot, I'm not so certain. I don't know how I'll react on the spot.
Hey, Marquise McGuire says I had to calm down a lot. You know how I used to be. That's my boy Cisco. He was a live wire back in the day. And like, again, he's another fan of you, just like we were, like I was, like I am actually, excuse me. And you know, again, you've always known to be quite a live wire, and it's nice to see your growth into a mature and wise man, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I got so many questions about the past, man, Will. I got so many questions, man, because you know, shit, man. Gangster shit and rap a lot go hand in hand. Being such a huge fan and close to Houston, I heard a lot of history on y'all, man. It was some real trill incidents that have said to be occurred. The music you made, Will, I believe that shit, every word of it, dog, and I'm sure I ain't the only one. Being legendary and a well-respected gangster, what's the other side of Willie D? What makes Willie D laugh? And are you ever silly?
Well, I mean, it's the other side that got me to this point more than anything. You know, there has to be balance. Everything in life is about balance. And so if you get into my car, most likely you're gonna hear some Police, you're gonna hear some Smokey, Stevie Wonder, you might hear some, you know, you might hear some damn Kenny Rogers. You know, my music is very diverse. I visit museums. I go to I go to the ballet from time to time. You know, I like to just drive out, man, and I just like get in the car sometime and just drive for miles at a time, and then turn around and go back home. Just aimlessly, just drive, just hit the freeway.
Clear your mind.
Drive. Huh?
Clear your mind.
Yeah. So I do a number of things like that. Like it's important for me to have balance, and I think that balance is what helped me, and also favor. I've done more good than bad in life. I know that for a fact. I've helped a lot of people out in life, and I think I've been rewarded because of that. And I, since like 7th grade, I don't go around picking on people. I don't start shit. I will finish it, but I don't start it, you know? So you can't really see me coming because I don't mess with nobody. I don't really mess with nobody. Like, you gotta mess with my people, you know, for me to turn up, you know?
Hey, you know, you've always struck me as very disciplined. And I figured out one of the reasons you're very disciplined, because just as you are revered as one of the founding fathers of Houston hip hop, your hands are equally as revered, noted, and respected. I've heard your history and experience as a boxer, and you're known for putting tips on people, Will. How did you get into boxing? And if you think hip-hop hadn't taken off for you, do you think that you would travel further down that road?
Oh, absolutely. That's a good question. That's a great question. Yeah, absolutely. I can tell you that I started boxing when I was 11. I walked into the gym at the YMCA, and they laced me up. I hit a guy in the nose who was like 2 weight classes bigger than me, and he was the star boxer, you know, on the team. And I busted him in the nose, and the coach got mad, and everybody was looking around like, ooh, you know. So then maybe like 2 weeks later, I had my very first amateur fight. I knocked the dude out in the first round. They gave me a trophy, and grown people were cheering. That was the first time I ever had a fight, and grown people would pat me on the back like, hey, good job.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah, you know. And that made me feel good, because before that, the only time I got pats on the back, you know, like was always, you know, doing something wild, you know, like, you know what I mean? Like, and I got pats on the back.
Doing some shit that would have got you in jail, doing some stupid shit. Yeah, exactly.
Wow, nice. There's somebody throw you a surprise birthday. You about to cry like
Happy as a motherfucker.
So we like people like to be
if not
recognized.
if not attention, I'll say recognition. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, people like recognition, exactly. People like recognition. So that was my call, and I was like, man, that felt good. And so I saw that I was really good at it. Now, about 4 years later, I started rapping. And I figured I was real good at that too. So I had 2 things that I saw as my ticket that was gonna punch my ticket out of the hood. And that was boxing or rapping.
Yeah.
The way I chose rap was that I looked at it like the girls love boxing, the girls love rappers. You make a lot of money rapping, you make a lot of money boxing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, I don't have headaches when I rap.
Right,
So
right.
that's how I chose rapping. But if rap wouldn't have worked out, I definitely would have literally fought my way out of the hood, because I just knew that it was something better, and I wanted better, and I wanted to get my mama out of that situation. And I wanted to, you know, do something, you know, for my people, you know, and I was like, I gotta do something. This ain't me. So the whole time that I was, like, I had that mentality since I was like 5 years old. I was like, I'm getting out of this shit. Like, this ain't gonna be me my whole life.
Hey, Will, they say if you never lost a fight, you ain't had enough of them. When did you take your first L, inside or outside the ring, and when did you get your first victory where you felt like, damn, I can squab?
Well, I've been fighting since I was a baby, so I don't even remember. Like, since I can remember, I've been winning. But I would say my first L, besides when my mama used to whoop my ass, my first L would have been from this guy that it was after school one day. This guy, I was in middle school, I was in the 5th grade, he was in the 8th grade. And he was a bully, dude named David, bully. So after school, we started fighting, and before the fight started, I tried to take off my shirt, and he caught me while I was taking my shirt off. Kids, never take the shirt off when you get ready to get into a fight.
Oh, no.
Don't take nothing off. Just whatever you got on, always be ready. So
when it's go time, it's go time. When it's go time, it's go time.
Man, that nigga hit me everywhere but under my feet, man. Like real quick, like you know.
Man.
And then you know, once they broke it up, I got a few licks in, but yeah, he got me. And But after that, that was it. You know, I ain't take no more L's outside of the ring. But this guy right here, turns out, so years later, so that would have been fifth grade. So 12th grade, I meet this girl at the skating rink, and she would eventually become my first girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
This girl, that's my girl, right?
Yeah.
I go to her house one day, and this nigga opened the door. It's her brother.
That's fucked up.
It's her brother, bro. Yeah, tripped me out. So yeah, but yeah, you know, by then, you know, I'm cold. I'm super cold with it, you know. So it ain't no big deal no more. Yeah,
sock that nigga.
Yeah, I'm super cold with it by then, you know. But that was water under the bridge. And then as far as my first loss in the ring, I was, this is like after I had won like 20 I had it's like 20 some wins as an amateur. And man, I was winning the fight in the first round, second round, I'm killing it. I'm dancing on this fool. I'm dancing. And boy, I did one of them rope-a-dopes, Muhammad Ali rope-a-dopes. I did like this, shuffle. Look, I did this. I did a little rope-a-dope, and it was like, I did this. I did the shuffle.
Yeah.
That fool hit me, man. When I woke up, they were taking the tape off my hands.
Oh man.
Hey man, look, the best in boxing has been knocked out. I ain't even tripping on that. That really prepared me to make sure I take care of my business and don't play around in the ring after that. I never played with him after that. So right after that is when I won the Golden Gloves for the state of Texas. But yeah, it prepared me because, you know, what if I had been in the Golden Gloves and done that?
Yeah.
That would have been more costly, right?
Yeah, exactly. You learned some shit. That was a learning lesson. But man, you definitely cold with it, Will. Look, man, I got this little footage I want to share with the people, man, of Willie D working his magic in the motherfucking ring. Just a little clip, man. Let me run this shit real quick, man. Hey, y'all check this out on Smoke Yours Live.
He's out playing with him. Willie is playing with him. Fitboard is in the house tonight. And Willie D is definitely represented. Well, that's a nice left by Willie. He stumbled Aguilera. Willie D could have won this fight on the way to the ring. Aguilera stumbles a bit, and Willie D is the clinic right about now. All right, he's connecting. Okay, nice uppercut. Aguilera's in trouble. Nice uppercut. Aguilera's in trouble. Aguilera's in the rope. But in your good judgment, how do you think Willie D fares against some of the other boxers in the professional boxing world? I think Willie D has a good chance in his weight class. Oh my God, Aguilera's down again. Down again, down on the rope. Oh my goodness. He's sitting down here, but once again, he's right back to his feet. He's almost begging for mercy. He's utilizing these ropes like, oh my God. One more time on the ground, and it's over. It's over.
Willie D. My man, what's up, man? Look at you, man, with them nice ass hands, man. I'm glad you my friend, man. Check this out. I'll never mean no harm, good brother. You feel me?
Now you're a good dude, dog. We ain't got no problem. We ain't built like that.
Hey man, them hands is legendary for knocking out rappers. You know what I'm saying? Again, I heard about you, man. A young Willie D was something cold. I got a couple more questions before we be up out of here, man. So just bear with me, Will. Check this out. What would Willie D from right now, April 15th, 2020, what would Willie D say to Willie D of April 15th, 1987?
Oh, wow. Good question. What would I say? I would say a whole lot, but if I'm trying, I know we don't have a time. I'm trying to compress it.
One good bit of advice or something. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about. But a bit of advice. I would say is to think it all the way through. Whatever it is you're talking about doing, think about what it is you want. Think about what it is you want, what the outcome is that you want. And make sure that your actions are consistent with the outcome that you want. That's what I would say. Make sure that your actions are consistent with the outcome that you want. So if the outcome that you want is to live a long, healthy life, then probably wouldn't be wise for you to join a gang, because most gang members don't live long, healthy lives, right? So your actions have to be consistent with the outcome that you want. So, and many times my actions were not consistent with the outcome that I wanted. I remember robbing a promoter once. The promoter tried to rob us. We had a packed house. Did you see that? You see that movie, The Clark Sisters?
No, I don't recall.
The Clark Sisters, well, it just came out. It's on Lifetime. It's the Clark Sisters about the gospel act. You know, the big gospel act.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So that I watched that movie, and the promoter didn't pay them all the money that we owed them. Now they had a packed house, so she knew he had the money. The dude was like, "This is all I got."
Word.
So a promoter tried that with us in Jackson, Mississippi, in the early '90s. The manager comes back to the car, to the limo. This is back when people were riding limos. You know, all the celebrities were riding limos back then. So he comes to the limo, and he's like, "Hey man," he say he ain't got all the money. I think he probably was about 80% short of what the money that he owed us.
Damn.
And I was like,
80?
So he's like 80% short. And he had a packed house. He was packed. So he was like, "Man, what y'all want to do?" Now it's a packed house. As an artist, you got to understand, when you're an artist, there's always a dilemma between performing, getting your money, and performing for the fans. You know, sometimes shit just don't work out, and the people don't really show up. And then you have to make a decision if the promoter don't have the rest of your back, don't have your back end. You say, well, you know what? He did the best he could, or we got rained out, we got snowed out, whatever happened. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and work with him. I'm gonna go ahead and do the show anyway, right? So you get on stage, you do the show, you give the people what they want, because the people held up to their end of the bargain.
Mm-hmm.
They showed up. They did what they were supposed to do. The fans did what they were supposed to do. So as an artist, you always want to please your fans, and you never want to disappoint them. So we've always been that type of group. So when that happened, we see the fans showed up and showed out. It's cars everywhere, man. You can't even, it's cars as far as you can see them. The place is jam-packed. The dude said he don't have all our money. So our manager was like, the road manager was like, "Well, what y'all want to do?" I said, "Shit." Told my cousin, "Come on." My cousin was strapped. I was strapped. So we went inside. And I said, "Look, man, look, where our money at?" So the dude was like, he tried to brush me off at first. And then I pulled them straps out. We pulled them straps out. And I said, "Say, man, you gonna get this goddamn money, or you going out here on your back with your eyes closed? Now, how you want to do it?" And he saw it was real. He called his partner, and his partner went to the front and got the money from the register, brought it back. We counted it. It was good. Me and my cousin walked out the door, back to the limo. We good. Let's go. I gave the money to the manager. It's there. Bam. We go out and we get on stage and we do the show. Now, looking back, I wouldn't have done that shit. If not saying I wouldn't have robbed him, but number one, well, I wouldn't have robbed him. And if something like that would have went down, I wouldn't have went on that stage and did that show, because at that point, he can come back and, you know, he could take me down, or he can call the police and say I robbed him. That could have went all kind of ways against the outcome that I would have wanted. So I'm saying, that's why I say, think about the outcome that you want and make sure that your actions are consistent with that.
Hey, Will, I got 10% left on my device, and I got so many more questions. I'm going to try to squeeze a couple more out. This one I want to ask you here, man. Tell me about Ray Barnett, rest in peace, and Club Gucci on Homestead, and the phrase, if you swing tonight, you gonna ride.
Yeah, Ray Barnett was an old fat dude. He was a club legend. He was a club promoter legend. He was very unkept, unassuming dude. He was like, you wouldn't look at him and say, oh, he papered up and all that. He walked around in his socks at the club, and his socks would be just matte dirty. Think about somebody walking around
That's
in a club
horrible.
in their socks.
Fucking
so he had matte dirty socks on.
Slime ball.
His face was unkept, but he was a business genius. He was a genius, like sloppy dude, but he was a marketing genius and a club icon, a promoting icon. Like he was nobody in the city as good as him at the time when he was doing his thing, and he had like a 30-year run.
Dude, that's dope as fuck, man.
But his main thing, his catchphrase was, if you swing, you gonna ride. So, and so that meant for somebody to have a catchphrase like that, that means that there was probably a lot of fighting going on, right?
Right.
This club that he owned was called Gucci's, and Gucci's was legendary. At that club, man, there was probably 5-6 fights break out a night, and they would find a body behind the club at least once a month. A body or two or three, at least once a month. But that just shows you again, it shows you how unlearned we were, because knowing what I know now, I would not go to a place like that, because I want my actions to be consistent with the outcome that I want. And
exactly.
To go in a place like that where people are fighting and people are shooting all the time, you don't know what's going to happen. People are shooting, bodies are being found in the back once a month. You know, that's just madness, man. Like, and I think about how often, even though I didn't mess with nobody, I did have my fair share of fights from people messing with me or messing with my people.
Yeah.
So I could have gotten laid down at any moment, because that was kind of like the environment. And that was the type of mentality dudes had. To this day, we see our youngsters going into these environments on purpose. It's like, and they should be asked right now, somebody should ask them, you know, their OGs, their daddies, their uncles, or wherever, their mamas need to ask them, what is the outcome that you want? Like, your actions need to be consistent with your outcome. Do you want to go to that club, and do you want to go and party at a place where you might get shot? Where you might get jumped on and get your face sliced up?
Risking bodily damage or death.
Do you want to do that? Okay, well, that's probably not the place to go to, because that's the shit that they do over there. They do that type of shit if you go over there. So those type of things, that's why a lot of older people don't get involved in a whole lot of drama, because they already know. They see you from a mile away getting ready to do some dummy shit, and they just be sitting there like.
Those are those youthful indiscretions, man. You just got to flip a few of them calendars of life and you'll understand, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, Will, was there a certain incident or situation that inspired I'm Not a Gentleman? If so, share with your boy.
You know, my ex-wife, my kid's mother, told me that I need to write that song. She said, you need to write a song called I'm Not a Gentleman. And that's how the song came about.
That shit is dope. That's classic, man. Look here. That definitely, I think I was that 92? I was grown, still a teenage, but grown, but that shit definitely had a large impact on me and the motherfucking way I am today. However, with time and life and experience and wisdom, you know, it all come together.
See, this is what people miss about that song. I said I treat a hoe like a hoe and a bitch like a bitch and a lady like a lady. They missed the lady part.
Yes, yes indeed. Yes
They
indeed.
missed the lady part. All they heard was, I'm not a gentleman, and that's it. They missed the part about the lady. And that is the problem with a lot of the songs. Like most of the songs that we wrote were cautionary tales. And oftentimes dude would say, man, we used to smoke niggas to y'all music. Man, I sold so much dope listening to such and such. Okay, you listen to the song. Did you hear the part where I said, I keep looking over my back and peeping around corners? My mind's playing tricks on me. Did you catch that part?
No.
No. All you heard was, I make big money. I drive big cars.
Yeah.
Everybody know me. It's like I'm a movie star.
Well, you know, people hear what they hear, man. You know, 5%, man. I'm sorry, Will. 2 more questions. I'm out. This one I really wanted to say to you too, man. Point of no return is. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Point of no return, man. That's one of the most chilling and inspiring and ominous and charging songs I ever heard, dog. It's definitely part of my life soundtrack. You know what I'm saying? Your last line on the song, I'm the type of nigga throw a party when the flag burn. We at the point of no return.
Yeah.
Dude, I got goosebumps on me right now. That shit resonates in my soul, man.
Yeah.
Willie D, you are the voice of rage, man. Speaking for a demographic that isn't being properly represented in the world, man. When did you realize that you had the power and held a certain responsibility to live up to that standard?
When I was listening to Stevie Wonder growing up, and I know that sounds strange, you know, somebody with that type of rage listening to Stevie Wonder growing up, but Stevie Wonder saved my life because there were times when I was suicidal as a youngster. And I was like, if I ever get a chance, I'm gonna make music that could perhaps save somebody's life or inspire somebody, motivate somebody. I'm gonna stand up to the powers that be. You know, I don't like wicked people. I don't like people that are bullies. I don't like people that take advantage of people. I don't like those type of people. So, like, that's why I don't have a lot of friends in the entertainment industry because I don't care what you got. I don't care what you've accomplished. What's most important to me is what kind of person you are. I have friends who are garbage men. You know, that's what they do for a living. I got friends who are mechanics. These are some of my closest friends who are mechanics, who are construction workers, you know, who are teachers. Because I'm more concerned about what kind of person are you? That's what motivates me. That's what I want to know. You know, those type of people. And I notice that a lot of times that people that have a lot of stuff, they often don't have any substance. But I learned early on, I said, if I ever get a chance to make music, I am going to make, I felt like because Stevie Wonder helped me, I was going to help somebody else.
And definitely did it in our way, in our time, you know, in the way we needed to hear it. Will, you've been advocating not selling out and black empowerment for as long as I've been a fan. Mainstream media was afraid of you, dog. Your messages were so brash, unapologetic, and all in your face with it, man. Now as a politician, how do you respond to people who try to use your lyrics or your music or your old sound bites against you or attack your character?
Well, I'm not going to say I'm a politician until I actually become, like actually go in there and get elected as one, but...
Well, I don't give a fuck if you're on the ballot or not, Will. You got my vote.
Yeah, but how I would respond to that is that those anybody that want to try to use the lyrics is like, whatever I said, I can stand on the lyrics. Like, go tell me exactly what I said, and I'll explain to you why I said it. Like, because I don't know what lyrics they're trying to use. If you want to just say cuss word shit, we all curse, we all cuss. So you can't tell me shit about cussing. I know your ass cuss. So don't tell me just because I said it on the record that somehow you're better than me. Like, you're not gonna win that argument with me. Difficult. Me?
Yes, sir.
Difficult.
Man, great motherfucking answer, Willie D, man.
Fucking difficult, man. Like, we are perhaps the most dysfunctional, functional group ever. You know, like you say, we had a problem, but when we came together, it was magic.
Mm-hmm. That shit was so well. You know, again, I ain't got much time left, man, but I know without going into it, you know, again, from the things I've heard, you know, it's definitely a surreal brotherhood between you guys, like a connect yet a disconnect. And that's the way I describe it. I don't know how you would describe it, but, you know, the way I see it, it was like a connect and a disconnect at the same time, and a fraternity. And the unspoken fraternity, man, it just is what it is, man, you know. And I really love and respect the Ghetto Boys, and they're gonna always go down as one of my favorite groups. You are also one of my favorite rappers, and I appreciate your contribution to hip hop in my life in its entirety. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Hey, is there anything about Willie D, the man, that the world doesn't know that you would care to share with us, dog?
Not really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I dig that, man.
You know, but I will tell you, I am gonna drop a few gems in this book that I got that I'm writing.
Okay.
Probably about 85% finished with it.
I respect that. I love you, Will. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Love you, homie.
Look, before we go, one more question. We're gonna let you be out because I had a lot of them, dog. Look, man, Will, you be hell on these coons out here. You be hell on these coons, and there's a lot of them, man. But I mean, we get into them one by one. But can a coon redeem him or herself after committing an outstandishly coonish act?
I think that everybody that commits a coonish act is not a coon. Sometimes we can do some coon shit and you're not a coon, you had a coon moment. You know, but there are some cats out there that are coons and they can't be redeemed. The shit that they've done is inexcusable. It's irreparable, the damage that they've done. There's no way that they could ever be forgiven. They're not redeemable. People like Charles Barkley, Stephen A., Stacey Dash, Candace Owen, Ray Lewis. It's a long ass list, bro. Like, it's a very, very long list of them. And I know I'm missing so many of them. Some of them are probably watching this time like, what about me? You know, they like me. They actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
But it's so damn many of them, bro. Like, they can't be a coon cannot. I don't think a coon could be redeemed. You know, think about somebody who betrayed your trust.
Yeah.
You know, that's the ultimate betrayal of trust when you turn on your own people.
In some places,
you know, that should be no protection for you. That should be no refuge for you when you turn on your people. Now, I'm not even talking about turning on a person. I mean your people.
Your people, yeah, you sell us out.
That should be no rest for the wicked, bro.
Hey, in some places, a coon is a vermin or a pest and are exterminated expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? Willie D, you got your podcast cracking, man. I'm talking about motherfucking got platinum gold albums, man. Quick, outstanding hands, dashing leading man looks, mouthpiece out of this world, got game galore, man. You know, now you got No More Talk. Podcast popping. I see you everywhere. Everybody reposting your quotes. You like the guru or the godfather of real niggas or street niggas. I know you don't necessarily care for that nigga term, but you know where I'm coming from, brother. You know what I'm saying? You got your podcast popping. You're definitely an orator, brother. Are there further you got further plans or endeavors in journalism or what you doing with that, bro?
As far as journalism, from an optical standpoint, yeah. Yeah, I got some things that I'm working on right now in Hollywood, but I'm not going in as some type of peon or whatever. I'm going in from an executive standpoint. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think for us, the way to go in is, you know, there's different ways to get in the door. There's many different ways to get in the door, but I think we have to, if you have to get in the door from an entry-level position as opposed to like in terms of like being a talent or whatever, or, you know, working as a staff member or whatever, we have to get to ownership as soon as possible. That's how we control the narrative. We have to get to ownership. This is why having this type of space that you're in, that I'm in, that other people are in, like doing our own thing, having ownership of it, it's important because that is the way we control the narrative. You know, before, you know, just a few years ago, everybody had to watch CNN or ABC News, and you know, we had to take our cue from Fox or whatever, and they had it on lock. Now, you know, the internet has opened everything up to where we don't have to listen. We're not confined to mainstream media anymore.
Dig that. Hey man, I love it, man. I love it. And I love your favorite. I love your phrase, man, your catchphrase. What's your catchphrase, Will?
No more talk.
You heard it, man. Thank you very much, Willie D, man. It's been outstanding having you on the show, brother. Shit, man. This is the legendary Willie D on Smoke Yours Live, man, brought to you by California Cannabis, the premier cannabis dispensary in Los Angeles and soon to be the world. Sending love all the way to A-Sound to my man, Willie D. How do they get a hold of you if they trying to get a hold of Willie D?
Well, the easiest thing to do is just look up Willie D Live. That's Willie D Live on all platforms. That's YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. You'll be able to catch up with me. I ain't hard to find.
Hey, man, that's one love, Will. I appreciate your time, man. And before we go, I'm going to make sure that these niggas know we hard on these coons' neck, man. With this video, man, this is Coons, and this is part 1. He got a part 2, too. Smoke Yours, man. Smoke Yours Live. Willie D Live. Yo, and we gonna take you out with this video, man. That's one love, Will, man. See you soon.
Absolutely.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, like and share all my videos. Tell your baby mama to do it too on her phone. You know what's happening. Make sure you catch us tomorrow, man. When who on tomorrow? Who on tomorrow? Oh shit. My nigga Bad Luck on this motherfucker tomorrow. It's been an outstanding episode of Smoke Yours Live. We gonna take you out with Coons, man. Thank you very much, Willie D. Real man salute. Black power, power to the people, and Smoke Yours.
I only said those things because I thought it would separate me from the blacks. I never thought that I would be cooning for capital. It's just when my show ended, I was just totally clueless. So when those bastards at Fox approached me, I just had to take the money. Oh, and happy Black History Month.
I just want to say that I'm pregnant. And I'm naming my baby Watermelon Drea.
My name is Charles Barkley, and I'm a coon. And it's just Tubble.
Hi, Charles.
He take a Negro, focus on Negro, and make him prominent. Build him up, publicize him, make him a celebrity.
Tell your nigga jokes while he in the room, he gon' laugh harder than you, cause he a goon. I'm a goon, top down, pants up when I walk. Never call a CEO a boss, I'm not a coon. Boom, it's the elephant in the room. Nah, that's a motherfucking coon. Blacks been free since Lincoln got wasted, but some of these niggas still on the plantation. Listen up, Charles Barkley. You light skinned, but they still calling you a darkie. The only reason that they put the mic in your face is so you can do their dirt and talk down on your race. TNT made you big, put you on a wig. Now you acting like you never had trouble with pigs. You kissed a man in the mouth of real dudes, that's a no-no. When you go come out the closet, you fucking homo. Saw you on television dressing in drag. What kind of dumb nigga say slavery wasn't that bad? This in San Antonio women, that's the kettle and pot. With that busted up looking ass wife you got. If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Boot liquor, shucking jive, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Sell boat, die slow, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon.
Slavery was not that bad. You had free foods, a place to stay, and a good job. Black folks need to stop complaining, Stephen A.
Chuck! Oh, you're absolutely right. And I'm gonna say this affectionately. Racism does not exist. It is a figment of their imagination. And I'm so tired of these Negroes that make more money than me and get no hoes.
How to make a coon if you wish for a black one. Put some change in his pocket and give him a platform. Put him on suspension if he crossed that line. But if he's shitting on his people, give him more airtime. Stephen A. Smith, what's up with that hairline? Big mouth louder than 4 Alpines. Got a chip on his shoulder cause your ball game suck. And you gotta work with players that your wife wanna fuck. I'm a savage running through the field of muck. Raven Simone, shut your chicken head dumb ass up. White folks don't love you, black folks don't trust you. When you was on that show, Bill Cosby must have drugged you. I had to get you cause you're cooning for capital. You Hollywood niggas are laughable. You're not infallible like Cosby. When they use you up, they gon' throw your ass under the bus. If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Boot liquor, shucking jive, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Sales boat, die slow, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. Oh hell, CNN is on. Check out this little bitch named Don Lemon. Get stuck in the butt, got your ass corrupted. You can smell weed, but you can't smell injustice. Selling your people out while the police murder them. I wish them protesters would've shot you in Ferguson. I wish there would've been Stacey Dash on the ground instead of Michael Brown, but with additional rounds. Heard you slept your way to the top, somebody lying. You a D-list actress, been divorced 3 times. Stank ass, they say you easy, plus you on Fox News. How you gonna talk about somebody else morals and values? They pop these clowns up to undermine the plight. Give them the spotlight and reduce them to sound bites. Uncle Tom's dancing to the stereotypes. How you motherfuckers sleep at night? If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Boot liquor, shucking jive, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. If you're selling out your people, you a coon. If you hate your own kind, you a coon. Sales boat, die slow, you a coon. You a coon, you a coon, you a coon. The supporters of coons love to talk about how they respect them because the coon has their own mind, or they have their own opinions, or they think outside of the box. That's a lie. The reason why they support the coon is because they can control the coon. Now, some people gonna have a problem with me calling these coons out. First thing they gonna say is crabs in the bucket, crabs in the bucket. Let me tell you something. This ain't got nothing to do with me trying to hold another black person back. I love to see black people getting it. You understand what I'm saying? But if your criticism of the black community outweigh your contribution to the black community, and you black, you a motherfucking coon. If every time the police shoot somebody black and you take the police side, you are a coon. If you fix your mouth to say that we ended racism and discrimination in America, like this old coon-ass nigga, David Clark, who called himself a sheriff in Milwaukee, you are a coon. If you are of any ethnicity other than white and you support Donald Trump, yes, you are a coon. If you out here ratting on the next man, cause he hustling, and y'all doing the same thing, you're not just a coon, you're a motherfucking raccoon. Now let me get back to this cross-dressing ass nigga Charles Barkley. Look here, nigga, you love to talk about how you'll slap somebody. I wish you would put your motherfucking hands on me. I'll body your fat ass. Real talk. This nigga got a real self-hate issue. Fuck Charles Barkley and the ground he walk on. And if you fucking with Charles Barkley, fuck you too. Yeah, I said it. It's Willie D, H-Town, Fifth Ward, Dirty Dirt. Where the coons at? Where the